Hey there, Tiff here. Are you worrying about letting yourself down when you're out playing? Maybe letting others down when you're out playing? And you're really nervous about how you're actually going to perform when you're out playing competition in your sport? If that sounds like you, and I know how you feel because we all can feel it at times. We don't want to let the team down. We don't want to let others down. We don't want to let ourselves down. And we can get worried and nervous about how we're going to perform. So don't go anywhere because we're going to be working on an effective way in how we can prepare for your game so much better so that you're not worrying about letting others down. You're not worrying about letting yourself down. You're not worrying about how you're going to perform. You're just going to play so much better and have that control. So don't go anywhere. I'll see you very shortly. Hey there, Tiff here. Welcome to today's episode. Welcome to Ambition Habits. Lovely to see you here. So, do you find that at times that you worry about, you might be in a team situation or you have been selected to play in a team situation and you might find that you're worrying about letting others down, you want to perform well. You might find that you've got a big competition coming up and you want to perform well, and so you getting nervous about that, and you don't want to look like an idiot, and you don't want to embarrass yourself. Well, you've come to the right place because we're going to talk about that today in ways in which we can then deal with that, because if we can deal with that so much better, then we're going to be able to perform so much better. We're not going to be worrying about what other people think. We're not going to be worrying about letting other people down. And we're not going to be worrying about how we're going to actually be playing, because we'll be so focused in what we need to do in how we're going to prepare ourselves to play, that worry is not even going to come into the mix. So what we're going to be working on today is what is called a pre-game routine. Now, what a pre-game routine is really what you're going to do prior, or like what you're going to do to prepare prior to actually playing your sport. So it's about rather than worrying about what you're actually going to be doing, you're actually going to be more focused on preparation, right? It's like when you go and paint a house. You're not trying to, you can't put the paint on the wall straight away, can you? You have to actually prepare it. You got to sand it back, wash it down, all of that sort of stuff first, put some primer on before you can actually paint it. So you're doing preparation. So what we need to make sure that, like, if we're going to go out and play and we want to play well, and we don't want to have these things of worrying about letting others down or letting ourselves down or how we're going to play, we need to prepare better, right? So the key here is preparation. Now, I'm going to give you some reasons why preparation is so important, especially a pre-game routine, why that's so important. So number one, the pre-game routine helps reduce anxiety, and it prevents the mind from wandering to that what if or other anxiety-inducing thoughts, right? All that worry and fear about what might happen. Number two is a pre-game routine helps you concentrate on the pre-game routine rather than feeling that worry or that pressure, because now you've got something to focus on. You have a strategy in place. Number three, it helps build confidence, because what you're doing is you're repeating something that's familiar, like a familiar action before the competition, which what it in turn does is creates that sense of readiness. Number four, what a pre-shot game routine will serve to you is the signal to the mind that you're ready to compete, right? These are all these steps that you want to do in preparation to prepare yourself to be competing. And number five, it's really a priming effect that helps you transition and move into that competitive role so much better. So the major point you want to get out of this is the key to having a pre-game routine is really the key is the preparation, because it builds confidence and it's going to prepare you for the game. So where do you see pre-game routines like athletes do that? Now, you might be playing just social comp or local comp, or you might be even just playing socially, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to prepare to get out there and play. You don't have to, throw all your gear in your bag and then you have to just show up. You can work on preparing, because if you want to play better and perform better, whether you play socially, you play local competition, or you're going to go and play like a regional competition or a state or a national competition or even an international competition, doesn't matter what level you're playing. The thing is about you preparing. So a great preparation, preparation in the sense of pre-game routine that comes to mind is the Australian Open. Like when you see the players getting prepared to play, because they always have, the cameras, in their warm-up where they're warming up and so on. And you see them run through a whole series of movement drills, stretching, ball movement drills, warm-up, sprints, jumps. You'll see them, they've been out on the court warming up as well. They're listening to music, or they've got some headphones on prior to actually stepping out on the court. But what they've done is they've actually set themselves up and they've primed themselves ready to step out on the court to compete. So even when you see them walk out on the court, some of them walk out with headphones on and, they pull out all their rackets and they line up their rackets and they're set. They've got their clothing, they've got their shoes, they've got their drinks, and they've got their food in place. Now, what that means to you, though, is, yep, sure, the pros do it and they should do it because that's their job, right? But that's a way in which they're actually going to perform better. But if you want to perform better, why not you have a particular game routine, like a pre-game routine that you've got in place prior to actually stepping out into your sports arena? Wouldn't you feel like you'd have more control over that? Of course you would. So that's what we're going to be doing now. We're going to be looking at some action steps on a pre-game routine that you can put in place that's actually going to help you focus on what you need to be doing rather than worrying and focusing on letting others down, letting yourself down, having those nerves take over you, feeling overwhelmed and all of that sort of stuff. So let's get into those action steps. So action step number 1 is a dynamic warm-up to prepare your body for your sport. So what could you do? You could do some, like, whatever let's use golf, right? So you're warming up for golf. So you could swing the golf club around, you could put the golf club behind your back and do some twisting. You could do some stretching. You could swing your arms around. You could swing your legs back and forth, right? You could be doing some lunges. You could be then going to do some, warming up your skills, right? So you want to be putting in place some sort of dynamic warm-up that's actually action orientated, not just thinking, right? So you want to be action orientated in getting yourself prepared. Action step number 2, you could also mentally rehearse how you will play. So you could warm up, and then before you're actually getting ready to tee off in your sport, like golf, or you're getting ready to play your sport, have 5 minutes on your own and just see yourself in that first initial start off of how you're actually going to perform. What is it that you're going to do? So you close your eyes, you can see it, right? You can actually see yourself doing it. You can feel what's actually going on, right? You can feel the sensations of you making contact with that ball or doing that particular movement prior to you actually stepping out there. Because what, again, you're doing, you're priming yourself and getting yourself ready to compete. And the third action step that you could do what those tennis players are doing. Have some headphones on, listen to some music. What kind of music do you think would be good for you that would help you perform better in your sport and prepare you? I find, like, I'll use golf and lawn bowls as great examples. They're more of like a relaxed style state that you need to be in. You need to be actually quite calm when you play golf, and you need to be quite calm when you're bowling. So probably want to listen to something that's a little bit more relaxing and more calming. Whereas if you are, getting ready to play tennis, or you're a fighter, or you're, karate, or, you might be a field player or something like that, you might need to listen to some more high energy music that really gets you G'd up and ready to take on and step out into that arena all excited and ready to go, right? So you've also got to look at what music's going to work for you and help you mentally prepare and get you set for you to then get out and compete. So by having a pre-game routine, what that does is gives you that sense of control, right? So we want to be in control of what we're doing so that we can then perform better. We want to have a pre-game routine in place so that's priming us, getting us ready to compete. So we've got some good action steps in place, and I'm going to repeat them for you just to remind you. So remember, number one is a dynamic warm-up to prepare your body. Number two is doing some mental rehearsal of how you actually want to see yourself performing as perfect, right? And number three is listen to some motivational music that's going to help you get set and primed, ready to get out there and compete. So I hope you really enjoyed today's episode. Love it if you could share with me what you like best about what you heard today. And before you go, if you'd like to start playing smarter with confidence, boost your confidence, perform with consistency and better confidence, then what you want to do is you want to get your 3 steps to confidence. It's the has confidence formula. You want to harness your strengths and build resilience. You want to activate a positive self-talk and mindset, and you want to sustain confidence throughout improving your mental and physical performance out on and in that arena of your sport. Then come and visit my website, tiffany-micah.com. Love to see you there, and I'd love you to dream big, believe in you, go after dreams. Take care. Talk soon. Bye for now.